Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching the second official Mystery Box podcast. Today, I'm your host, Steven, and I'm joined here today by...
Hi, guys. My name's Ryan, or Chappy, or like 87 different names. We're going to go by Chappy because it just makes sense. And this is an FBI warning.
And I'm Captain Crunch this week, but you can just call me Joe.
I like the idea of just a revolving name every week.
It's gonna happen every week. I decided after the first one, I was like, this is my thing. I won't have my real name down there.
I mean, that's fair, because who needs your real name? We need to protect ourselves. Anti-piracy is important.
Joe's not even my real name.
You spelled it wrong, by the way. It's C-A-P-N. Looks like Captain.
Captain.
Yeah.
What about C-A-M? Just
thought...
Cam Crunch.
No, I actually thought I just spelled Captain wrong, and I was like, am I that dumb? And it made me look.
I mean, why not both?
I was like, oh, it didn't.
But yeah, let's start today's podcast. Keeping it simple. How was your guys' week?
Should I go first, Joe? Because you have a fun story to tell us for this week.
Well, I do, but I want to just say that the reason my camera's so level is I have it on a box that's just full of chips. So anytime during this, it might start to slowly sink down, and you'll just hear crunching noises because that'll be my snacks breaking.
I don't know if any of that's a bad thing, because then you just take the snacks and then you eat the snacks and then you're just.
That's true.
What kind of chips?
It might get lower. It's a variety pack, man. There's I got Cheetos, I got Sun Chips, I got popcorn, I got pretzels, in fact, it may just get lower because I might just start eating chips this entire time.
So what are we saying? A quick side note. What's the best chip? Because there's only one answer.
That's right, there is only one answer.
Doritos.
Oh, it's Tim's jalapeno chips, guys.
So the right answer is Cheeto Puffs.
Again,
Well, that's not really a chip.
It's a chip now.
It's debatable.
Tim's.
It is debatable.
It's a snack. It's a snack.
Debatably
but
right.
I always think
All
of
chips are snacks.
as like flat.
All snacks are not chips, though.
So what would a cheese puff be?
Just Cheeto Puff.
Is it
a
cheese puff its own
It's just
thing?
a cheesy treat.
Oh, a cheese puff. That's a good question, actually. Is it? I don't know. Just a snack.
It's a chip.
I've never considered Cheetos to be
I think
chips.
it falls under chips, just because of how they're like
It is.
packaged. They're packaged like all the chips.
Steven called it a cheesy treat, like string cheese.
No, we call string cheese delicious.
It's true. How do you eat string cheese?
You just rip open it and you just bite it.
Oh no!
You're a goddamn madman. I hate you. Some
That's
people
how
just
I
want to
live
watch
my
the
life,
world.
damn it.
There's two types of people. There's normal people,
Just
and then
me.
there's insane people who just eat it.
Turns out I'm pretty good at it. It works.
Since we're on the topic of food, what was the weirdest food you guys ate, like, as kids? Or
Oh,
still...
man. I don't know about as kids, but like the weirdest thing I've ever eaten is a thing that my friend's mom made me eat. And it was macaroni and cheese, but she threw a shit ton of sriracha sauce in it. So it was
Hell
like,
yeah.
Sounds
like
good.
kind of
Yeah.
like gooey in a way, but like not cheesy gooey. It was like kind of like soup. It was really weird, but it was super.
I was gonna say
good.
mac and cheese is supposed to be gooey, buddy.
Yeah. No, not that kind of mac and cheese. Like it was legit weird taste. Like it was weird, but it tasted delicious. Off the top of my head, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
The weirdest thing I ate. I'm not picky. I'll eat anything.
You know, like
You know what I'm saying? You know, right?
talking about
Yeah.
he's gonna eat people.
I mean, if it's in a sandwich.
You eat the
I'm
tiger.
not saying
that's
I
in
won't.
Carol Baskin.
I'm not saying I won't not eat people.
I mean, if we
You should be saying that.
come to it,
Listen, we're gonna get off topic, but if you were in a plane crash,
yes.
okay, and you're in the mountains, and people aren't gonna find you for a week, okay, and there's everyone else is dead but you, and the entire plane was just full of old people and babies. Who do you eat? There's a right answer.
I feel like the right answer
Not-
is the children.
You
Why
eat
do
the
old
baby.
people go bad
You
after
eat-
a while, right?
You eat the
Terrible as it sounds.
you eat the baby.
What the fuck?
I'll tell you why you eat the baby, okay? Because the baby's like barely 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay? The baby hasn't really done anything. You're gonna eat someone who's lived 80 years old and their life ends. Oh, and then Chappy ate them. No, that's not cool.
Not the first time.
It depends. I mean, the parent isn't going to be okay with you eating the baby.
The parents don't
Well,
exist.
the parent's gonna be dead, so.
Okay. Why wouldn't you just eat the dead bodies first if you're going to have to eat people? Why do you have to kill the
Well,
live baby?
That's the no. The baby's dead.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
In the scenario,
okay.
they're all dead.
Okay.
They're all
okay.
dead. It's just. Do you want old people jerky or like a nice juicy baby? I came out
Fire
wrong.
do I have?
Good thing we have an FBI warning.
Warning. Anti-piracy warning.
It's such an odd conversation. It's like the difference between like, lamb and chicken. You want the lamb because it tastes
Yeah,
better.
the chicken.
I don't know how I feel about you comparing lambs and chickens to eating old people and babies.
Old people.
I don't know how to feel
lambs?
about this at all. I guess
I'm feeling a little hungry. That's all I'm saying.
I was going to say that I used to eat raw hot dogs as a kid.
That's
just-
weird.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
You're a
just
freak, Steven.
I would just take them out of the pack and just eat them because I was like 4 years old and they tasted good. So I thought that was weird. I just remember that the other day.
The weirdest thing I ate, besides baby,
Besides baby.
was crickets. Yeah, besides
Okay, yeah,
baby.
that's weird. That's the winner.
I ate. Well,
Protein.
hold on.
Well, like you just ate
wasn't-
them off the ground,
No,
right?
no. It was in elementary school, and I had a friend who's still my friend to this day, and he was like, "Hey Joe, do you want to try a snack that my mom packed me?"
Hmm.
Okay, cool. And it's some Mexican dish, and I'm like, "Is it just a cricket?" And he goes, "Yeah, my mom made it," and so I ate it, and it was good. But I'm pretty sure it was like she's like, "Yeah, she worked real hard on it," and I'm like, "It just looks like you just killed a cricket and then you just put paprika on it."
I'll say I've heard of this. It's
But
like
I
a
ate it.
salted thing, right? It's like it has like a topping on it and it makes it really, really good.
It's spicy.
Yeah. Well, that's not as bad as I
Spicy
thought it
crickets.
was because that's actually like a delicacy that
Yeah.
certain cultures eat. I thought you were just eating like crickets off the floor. Like,
Why not both?
Anything sounds. Listen, nothing you say sounds. As
Listen,
bad
in,
as
the
I
plane,
just
in
said
this plane crash world,
about eating a
nothing's.
baby.
in today's economy. in
Yeah,
this
exactly.
quarantine,
Yeah. Old people jerky your baby. Start hashtag.
Man, we got so far off topic. So what did we do this week again?
Well, you were supposed to go first.
Oh yeah, I know terrible about that. Or Steven, do you want to talk about what you did this week and then we go into a circle?
well,
Kind of
I
a
just
flat circle?
play video games a lot. I've been playing Animal Crossing and I've been playing Final Fantasy Remake, which is an amazing game, by the way. Probably my game of the year
Man,
as of right now.
I can't wait to get it.
But I haven't played Persona yet, so still gotta get that.
That's a
Makes sense.
that's a damn shame.
I've had a week. It's been a very interesting
Uh-oh.
week.
Okay.
Just in terms of, well, one, work is busy, but that's like a small thing. It's like, that's work.
Yeah.
But,
It was hot today, man.
oh my, dude, this
Oh my
heat
God,
is
it
killing
is.
me, man. Like, and it's supposed to be cold again next week. Not cold, but like
Look
cool.
at Steven. Everything's on fire.
Yeah, Steven's literally like he's in it right now.
Sucks.
He's having the worst of all of us. But it's like, so work's been crazy, but just like busy overall week with a lot of things. Like today, I didn't get home until like 15 minutes before we started this podcast. But
Damn.
so I went and I cut my friend's hair today, and
Okay.
I surprisingly did good. I didn't expect that at all. Like, I'll put it in Discord so you guys can see, but did a pretty good job of like cutting someone's hair for the first time. And
Oh,
like,
for the
You
first
just pretend they were an animal.
Yeah, first
Were
time.
you like,
exactly. I was like,
were
oh,
you just like petting them? Like, you're doing so good.
I mean, pretty much.
Yes,
I was
you
like,
are.
I had to like just roughhouse with him a little bit, like just grab him and hold
He
him
tried to
by
bite
his
you a little
chin
bit.
and then throw him on the ground and beat his ass. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it worked out really, really well. So I went and cut someone's hair, and tomorrow I'm gonna go shave a dog, and then I'm missing something that I did today that I can't remember. All I know is that I'm busy the rest of the week. I'm doing another like podcast with a friend. It's like a wrestling podcast. So I'm gonna do
Nice.
that. Oh, it's like freezing over in your world now. Joey's interested in a wrestling podcast.
Yeah, hell froze over.
And then I'm missing some stuff, but I just have a busy week. My week was all right. Could be better.
We just started this podcast, and Chappy's already cheating on us.
No, I was invited to the podcast. I'm not like a host on the podcast. I was invited. I'm
People
the,
are
man.
invited to cheat. That's how cheating works.
I'm the special
It's an
guest
invitation.
of honor. They're like, hey, featuring the mystery boxes.
That's all good, man.
Wow.
I don't know a damn thing about wrestling. You do your thing.
Dudes in spandex fight.
It's the most anime thing in real life.
It really is when you think about it. It's so... It's the weirdest thing to explain, but like when you finally explain it, if you explain it to an anime fan without saying the word wrestling, they're gonna be like,
Right.
"Oh, what show is this? What season? Like, this sounds awesome." And then they're like, "Oh, it's wrestling." They're like,
Right.
what do you mean? So there's two brothers or people that are close enough to be brothers and they hate each other and they've been
Well, one's evil.
yeah. But I can pretty much explain to you the whole story of Naruto and it would equivalent to a wrestling storyline.
It's true.
Yeah, same thing. So it was a very interesting week, but more to come. Joe, I
Yeah.
hear you're amazing.
So, first things first. You ever have something like you remember, like in the back of your brain, and it's just there, but you can't remember like where it's from or where you saw it?
Yeah, trauma all the time.
And it no, not.
It's there.
We don't have time to talk about all your traumas.
Oh, man,
Okay, we only have an
don't.
hour
We
and a
need
half.
like 8 podcasts.
Okay.
We'll get
Maybe
there
when we
eventually.
marathon, when we do the 24-hour one. Doctor Crunch will show up.
Did we mention the topic? I think.
We did
We
not.
didn't. You want to mention
Oh,
it? real
the
quick?
mention it. The topic for this week is going to be the best and worst video game movies
Why not both?
that have ever been made. Well, we'll talk
It
about
is both. It is both.
And I mentioned this in Discord. I have an honorable mention that we'll get to.
If we both
Okay.
pick the same ones, which we probably will, I mean, it might happen.
There's only
no
one
one's
best
gonna
video
pick
game movie.
mine.
Okay?
I hope we have
No
some
one's gonna pick
backups
mine.
so we could talk about.
I feel like I know what Joe's is
I
gonna be.
feel like I know what Joe's is as well.
I think I know what
I don't
Joe's
like that. I'm
worst. I
predictable.
think I know Joe's worst video game movie.
We could have
I
predicted.
bet you do.
Because I think I was there for when we saw it, but I could be wrong.
Oh, you might have been there. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what it is then. Okay, we'll get to it anyway. So Joe, your week.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so last night, I'm supposed to go to work in the morning. So of course, I'm up at like in the alms, 3 a.m. And I just have this thought of there's been this show, this anime. There's a scene in the back of my brain, okay,
Right.
for years. And I'm just sitting there, and I wake up one night, and I'm just like, I need to know what it is for just some random reason. So I spend an hour on my phone, Googling things, just like typing in, like, all I remember is that he had magic and he wore a mech suit. So I typed in magic mech suit, and it took me down a rabbit hole of weird things that we don't have enough time to talk about. But, but I'm just sitting there, and then eventually I just type in the name of the show, and I go, was it this? Click it. And I found it, and it was bizarre.
It was
Ooh.
vintage.
It's
What
called
show
Straight
was it?
Jacket. Straight Jacket. It's a movie.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
I've never
What's
finished
that?
it. I just remember one scene from it, and it's been stuck in my brain for 9 years.
To be
Now
fair,
I
I'm
know
not
what
the
it is.
anime kind of person, so you guys would know.
Or
more
not
than
the
me.
Can you
anime.
explain the scene without spoiling the movie?
Yeah, it's just a scene where he's stuck in rubble in his suit, and he's like gonna die, and then like someone says, "You're not allowed to die until I kill you," or something like that. And then he starts to break out, but I was like, "What is the name of that show?" And then last night I was like, "I gotta know. I don't remember."
Yeah, I've never
And
heard of
then-
it. It seems kind of obscure. It looks cool though.
And then, yeah, it's pretty good. It's got Steve Bloom.
I don't know.
Nice.
He's the main character, so that's always a plus. But what's it today? Today I had a thing. Was I
Okay.
went to the store. I needed to stock back up on precious supplies such as Diet Dr Pepper.
The goat.
Of course.
So I go inside the store. You know, I have a mask on. I'm being nice to everyone. You know, in Albertsons they now have like you have to go up and down specific like lanes now.
Right. They limit
Uh,
everything, right? Like it's like so many
yeah.
people are allowed in. You have to be a certain spot.
Yeah, so like you can go up this lane, but in order to get into the other lane, you have to go all the way
Kinda
up
like a
and then
parking
turn around
lot.
and come back down.
You know,
Yeah,
Costco's
it's kind of like
parking
a
lot
parking
is.
lot. Yeah. I got lost there once
I lost just.
in
Everywhere.
Costco's
Oh, I
parking
have a
lot.
story about Costco's parking lot. I'll tell it after. Go ahead.
Okay. I also have a story about Costco's parking lot.
What
But-
happened to Costco's
so I
parking
went
lot,
in-
guys?
Shit goes down in the
Saved
Costco
my
park-
life. That's what.
Wait, save your life.
It put my life in danger.
Yeah, there you go. That's more accurate.
It's the polar opposite. So I go in and I grab 2 cases of Diet Dr. Pepper.
As one does.
Okay. One for me and one for, other people that can have some. And I grab 2 cases, and then I start going down the lane, and this lady comes by, and she does the thing where she goes, she goes by, and she just turns, she looks down at my cart, she looks back at me, and she looks down at the cart, looks back at me, and she's like, you really think diet's going to help?
Oh.
And then I was like,
I'd be like, why are you not 6 feet the fuck away from me? What are you?
So she looks like diet's going to help, and I wanted to say something about her attitude, but was so caught off guard, and then she went away, and then I was like, I lost the opportunity. So, but then I saw that she was gonna get in line. I did my shopping, and it stuck in the back of my head. I was like, I should have said something.
Oh yeah.
I should have said something. And so then I went. I saw that she was about to get in line, and I was back in the soda aisle because I was going down that way, and I just grabbed an unnecessary amount of Diet Dr. Pepper.
I'm liking this.
And I went by her, and I only bought it so that it would take longer for her to, because she had ice cream. So I bought so much soda and put it in one at a time, so she had to like sit there and stare at me, and I looked at her and I was going like this.
I would have just looked at her straight and been like, diet's helping. So I need more. You know what? You're right. Maybe I need more diet.
I just stared at her, and then when I went to pay, I paid in cash, which I never do, and I took an unnecessary amount of time to buy because I went one. And she started stamping her foot, and I was looking at her, and then I was like, thanks for your advice, and then I left.
Oh, she was mad when you left too. She was like, that Joe, that
Long
Captain
story short,
Crunch.
I got petty vengeance, and now I have
a lot of Dr. Pepper.
I have 12 cases of Dr.
Fucking Christ. So Joe wins this week.
Yeah.
Best story by far.
Kind of get back at her a little bit.
I'll start for proof. I have it right here.
It's even better that it's upside down.
Oh, it is. Oh no, it's not cold either.
So yeah, let's. Anyway, my Costco parking lot.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah. Is it the Costco in town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know where we live. You know where
right
Costco
near my work
is, right? Yeah. So I know your work. Okay, so you also know where the Albertsons is, right? And the Wells Fargo Bank.
Yes.
That area.
That's Joey.
So,
we've had meetings there.
That's true. We have.
It's a very popular spot.
Yeah.
But
I gotta get my Coke somewhere, man.
I mean,
remember one time I went to the ATM and I was like withdrawing cash or whatever, and I was like parked kind of away. I don't know why, because I didn't park that close to the bank, but I just like parked kind of like in the middle, like like in between Albertsons and the bank, right?
Right.
So I walked up there, grabbed my cash, and I was like walking back to my car, and some guy was like in his car, in between my car, and he had his trunk wide open, and he was like, by the way, I was like probably like 18 or 19 at the time, so I was like, like
fairly
scared
young.
of this guy. He was
so this was 50 years ago.
Yes,
about.
yes.
Yeah.
But he had his trunk open, and he was just like, oh, hey, I have a TV in my trunk. Like, I'll give it to you for a good price, like $100, right? And I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like, this can't be real, right? And I'm just like, no, I'm not interested. He's just like, oh, hey, don't walk away from me. Come back here. Don't ignore me. And I'm just like, I know. I was like, is this really fucking happening right now? So like, I fucking just like went to my car, got in as fast as I could, and I just started to like drive away, like leaving the. But the thing is, he got in his car too, and he started to follow me.
Oh, what the hell?
And I could tell he was following me because every time I would make a right at a like a stoplight or whatever, I would go right, he would go right, and then I would like go into like the shops area. He would go in there too, and like I was like, what the fuck? I'm so scared right now. I don't want to leave my car. I don't want to go home because I feel like he's just gonna follow me and beat me up in my driveway or something. Obviously, this guy's like not sane. So I drove by Costco and I thought, you know what? It's busy as fuck right now at Costco.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna, because it was probably like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. I went in there, and thank God Costco's parking lot is so hectic. I was able to lose him in there.
Oh, that's
Because
awesome.
I went in and I got a car in between us, and then like I went through one of the parking spots, and then like I could see him like trying to keep up with me, but yeah, eventually he just got stuck behind a few cars, and I was able to get out of there, go home without him following me. But I don't know, that was just one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me.
So it's funny you mentioned that, actually, because I have that exact same story, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
But he was trying to sell a TV, and this guy.
Yes. So.
Oh my god.
There was this guy, and I'm not joking here. He literally. So I went to go buy a new desk, and
Okay.
it's the desk that I have right now. Like, I'm literally using this desk currently, and so I go to where was it? I think it was like Staples, but it was a very specific Staples. And it was in, where was this? It was in Brea.
Okay. It's not too far.
So I walk out with this desk, and like I'm having an employee help me to the thing, and this guy like comes up, he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey," and he pops open his trunk, and he's like, "Bro, I got you. You need a new TV." And I'm like,
What the fuck? It
"Where
might be the
did you
same
get
guy.
that?" Like, I was like, "Bro," like I literally looked at him, and I looked down at the giant desk that the employee's helping me out with. I'm like, "Bro, I just spent $200 on this desk. I don't need to spend another $200. Like, I am." This is a while ago, and I'm like, "Bro, I'm like a broke person who is working like part time somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
this was my big purchase." And he's like, "No, but dude, but you need a TV." And I'm like, "No, I don't. I have two. Like, I have one. Like, I'm set on TVs right now. Like, I don't need one." And he like kept trying to like harass me, and then he asked the employee if the employee wanted a TV. And I was like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
You gotta admire his commitment.
Yeah, so we kept going, and I was like, "Bro, just get out of here, man." Like, I just told him like, "I'm gonna call the cops if you just don't get out of here," because they're all stolen. That's why they sell them for so cheap.
Oh yeah.
So I told him like, "Hey, you got to get out of here." And sure enough, he literally booked it out as fast as he humanly can. But then later on, I passed by another like Best Buy on the way in Brea, and sure enough, the guy's truck was there with the trunk open.
Oh, okay. So
Might
he
be the
just
same guy. Then
It might be the same guy. Was it a truck that followed you?
I don't think it was like a It was like it had like it was more like an SUV.
Oh, okay.
No, the guy who followed me was in a car too, like a sedan. But
Oh, okay.
All right,
Hey,
I don't know.
topic,
real
I'm gonna let
quick.
you guys talk for a second.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
There's like a timer at the top of the screen.
That's why. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get Zoom, the premium thing real quick. You guys continue
Oh.
and talk about what you need so we can get rid of that.
Okay.
So you
I
guys,
only
got
have-
rid of it last time.
we just got gifted free time. This time they're like, no, you can give me money.
You pay for the time.
So you guys
Ah.
do your thing. I'm gonna pay for a month real quick.
We'll take turns.
That works.
Yeah,
We'll just
that
take turns.
works.
Yeah.
So Joe,
First-
what
What's up,
games you
dude?
been playing this week?
Persona, man. Just
Nice.
all day, every day, playing Persona, and realizing what's different, and getting all my stats up. Trying not to spend all my time hanging out with one specific character, but it's not working.
Right. How's the new girl?
She's a threat.
She's a
She's
threat.
She's too good.
Oh no.
The minute you meet her, you're like, she's super likable.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing too.
Everyone's good. They changed a lot of stuff that, like, I guess, this is not really a spoiler, by the way. Persona 5 Royale spoiler. It's not a big spoiler, okay? Not for you or for people listening, but Mishima, you know how he like runs like the thing, like the fan site or whatever. In the original game, you could constantly just be like, "Yeah, we're at the Phantom Thieves. I don't know what you're talking about," but he still keeps like helping you or whatever.
Yeah, because he knows.
Because he knows, but you could just be like, "Nah, we're not." Like they took away all those options because they're like, he knows, and you know he knows, so just we're not going to put them in there. So it's nice. It's nice little continuity fix.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like you can deny it once, and he goes, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna say anything," and like that's it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I like that. But It's been great, man. It's a good time. I got like almost 60 hours right now.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty far in then. Which
Dude,
palace?
I'm only I'm on the 4th palace.
That's,
So I haven't even done like the 2 new ones.
No, that's the bank.
That's the desert.
Oh, the desert. Okay.
Yeah. I just finished the bank. I forgot how quickly when you finish the bank, the desert one starts. But they also give you like way more time in that one. But it's been good. It's great.
Nice. Ooh, hey.
Right now I'm on the hey.
Hey, there we go.
We got an upgrade. Hey.
Okay, we're upgraded, so now I can finally take this video not found thing off of the podcast. Everybody can actually see us again. Look at that. We're actually
Hey.
doable. Look at that. So we're actually here. We're doable.
Wait, so it wasn't we weren't able to be seen?
So we were able to be seen, but I just put the thing, the video not found over it because I had to put in credit card information.
Put in stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need people finding out my credit card information today, at least. Not again.
Not today. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, by the way. But I needed new shoes, Chappy.
Oh, dude, let me. Funny enough, I'm probably gonna buy new shoes right after this podcast ends. I don't know if I've told you guys.
I need new shoes.
That's one thing I probably left out of my my weekly thing. I've officially become a sneakerhead, and I have a problem.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, I have bought too many Nikes at this point. I need to buy one more pair, and then I'm good to
How
my
many
birthday.
How many pairs of shoes do you own right now?
4. 2 of them are brand new.
Like how brand?
One I bought 3 weeks ago. The other one I bought a month and a half ago.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna buy one more this week, and then I'm done. But they're nice.
They're nice shoes.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I've only ever owned. I own like one pair of shoes at a time, and then I wear it, and then I go, oh, these are done, and then I just buy the next pair of shoes.
That's fair.
Same.
But
Yeah.
I've always bought the same 7 pairs of Skechers since I got messed up feet, and I had to get like memory foam and like all that stuff.
Oh, the dream.
So, and I have giant feet,
Same.
like ridiculously sized feet, so it's like hard for me to find shoes that fit.
What size
so,
are you?
like,
13?
14.
Oh man, I'm 13.
Yeah, I got gigantosaurus feet.
Big boy feet.
Big boy. I got big boy feet and I got big boy hands, and I'm a biggie boy. And so there's only 7 pairs that I could buy, so I just put those 7 shoes on rotation. And
I mean, why not?
This one. It's the same time.
Fair.
Nice. Yeah, I've never really had that problem. 10 and a half, 11, that's my size.
I am envious.
Depends on the shoe.
I'm also envious because 13s are also not easy to find. Like, and
No,
also,
they're not.
Like the problem I've had with like, because I buy Nikes because I'm a weirdo. The problem with Nikes is that the bigger the shoe size, the harder they are to find, so the more money they cost to buy.
True.
So they just
More
keep
material.
going
How
up.
much money are you spending on shoes, Chappy?
If I count the last 3, if I count the one that I'm gonna buy tonight after this podcast ends, we're looking at like $600 total.
Gonna be honest, I thought the number was gonna be. I thought I was gonna get angrier at the number, but I'm not that angry.
I'm trying to be somewhat responsible, and then I was like, you know what? I also have this $1,200 check that came in that I wasted $600 on a new chair. But what am I gonna do with this other $600? Invest in responsible things like a human being? No.
I wanna buy a new
shoes first,
computer.
then responsible. Are you really?
Yeah, I want to get a desktop.
That would be awesome.
That's
Oh,
cool.
that'd be so nice.
Yeah.
I literally just bought a chair like the first night. I was like, fuck it. I'm on my desk all the time. I need a new chair.
That way I can actually like help edit stuff instead of just being.
I can teach you guys how to edit. It's fun.
It's instead of just being a cam boy.
Are you
To
gonna
be
try
fair.
to build one?
Hmm?
You gonna try to build it, like get the parts separately and like
I
save some
might.
money, or?
I might either build it, but I'm so out of practice. Or I might just like list the parts online and then just have it shipped to me built. So we'll see.
Yeah, if you use that PC part finder website, that's what I did. I got
Hashtag
everything
not a sponsor.
pretty
Not a sponsor yet. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
very useful. You'll look up the parts that you need or the ones that you're looking at thinking about getting, and then it'll like tell you if they're all compatible and stuff.
That's actually cool.
Oh, really? That is cool.
Mhm.
I'll have to ask for that later.
Yeah.
No. I mean, my laptop works for what I do with it, so
Fair.
it's all right.
Nice.
It's all right. My internet's
How long
not.
have we been on here?
We're looking at about 30
10
minutes
minutes.
exactly. That's crazy.
Oh, hey.
cool. So we can
Good.
There we
start
go.
then with this week's topic, which is the best and worst video game movie adaptations. So
Yeah.
who wants to go first with
There's a lot.
their... Should we do best or worst first? What do you think?
I feel like worst, because then you lead up to the best. You know what I mean?
No, I think we should do best first.
Okay.
That
think
way
so.
we can just we can
Actually,
just crap on movies.
There's
Yeah,
more
we can
worse
just-
than there is good. So yeah, I think maybe that's a good idea. There's way
All right.
more worse video game movies than there are good ones.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, and then we'll go. Who
I'm
wants to
interested.
end it? I want Joe to end it
Okay.
Okay.
because I want to hear what he has to say about work. Okay, so the best, we're doing best first,
Best.
right? Okay, so I have a list here.
Yes, I'm way more prepared than
I,
We were
I
supposed
would-
Were we supposed to pick more than one? Because I only picked one.
Well,
also,
no,
we
not
picked one, but we can talk
necessarily.
about a lot.
We could talk
Okay.
about a bunch of them, but like I think for me the best one, and it's not necessarily a good movie, but for me, Detective Pikachu, I think
It's a
I'll
good
have to
movie.
give it
Oh, okay. That's
because
good.
it was the most like true to the source material. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, they did a good job making the world feel like there's
Sure.
actually a Pokemon in it. These people are just they live with these Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, believable as
It was
hell.
great, you know.
And also Ryan
the
Reynolds.
movie was surprisingly funny too. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was
Mhm.
great. It had Mewtwo in it and shit. I
Wasn't
don't know.
Bill Nye in that as well?
Bill Nye?
Not Bill Nye. Bill Nye. He's like a
The
British
science
guy. God, if you guys saw him, you'd be like, oh, this guy.
No, I think I know who you're talking about. Did you guys see the movie by the way?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so
been a
yeah,
while.
I think he's the villain, right?
You've seen. Okay. Here's a really obscure reference that Steven will get. You've seen Doctor Who.
Yes.
Do you remember the Leonardo da Vinci episode where he takes him back to the museum and shows him all the paintings and stuff like that, and he cries?
That's him?
The museum curator is him. So the guy that
Oh,
he's like,
oh,
oh,
yeah,
your
yeah,
bow
okay.
tie, and he's like, oh yeah, thank you, my bow tie.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
I love that
Isn't he
episode.
the villain of the movie?
Yeah, he's the villain of the movie. 'Cause he's the
Oh,
old guy.
I
and
would
he's-
have.
Oh shit, is that a twist? Okay, well, we're
the
gonna probably
movie's been out
spoil
forever.
these
We're gonna
movies
spoil all
anyways.
these, yeah.
Spoiler warning. You know, if you're watching this and
FBI
you don't
warning.
want spoils, whenever we are about to talk about a movie, you can go ahead and just skip ahead.
It's
Yeah,
been out for a
so-
while.
Yeah.
It's in the spoiler-free zone.
Mhm.
I mean, but no, Detective Pikachu was awesome. I liked so.
Yeah.
So it took me 2 watches before I fully got on board. At first, I was like, "This is all right. Like, this is good," but it's not like
Yeah.
people were putting it out to be like the best thing that was out at the time, which it probably was at the time because there's not a lot of good
At the
movies that were
time,
out.
yeah.
But like, I was just like, and then the second time I was like, okay, I love this. 'Cause I think I didn't have any expectations. I just went in and I just enjoyed it, and I loved it. Like I knew what I was getting into, and I just went along for the ride. The characters
Yeah.
are really fun. Even the main guy, like, you know, I like was Aeon in the first time. Second time, I fell in love with the guy. Ryan Reynolds is awesome as always, and yeah, Bill Nye. Bill Nye's awesome.
Yeah, I
Hey, Bill.
definitely wanted to like it. So I went in wanting to like it and wanting it to be
You got what you
entertaining,
wanted.
and it didn't disappoint.
You got what you
because it was
wanted.
Like, yeah, you like it opens and you see like the buffalo Pokemon in the ranch, and then you see like the Pidgeys flying around. It's like, oh, this is exactly what you would imagine.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
real
co-living
life
with
to be.
Pokemon.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, good movie.
Didn't disappoint. So.
The
And
Pokemon
then-
look good too. I like
Yeah,
the
they
look.
look really. Most of them look good.
Yeah.
Some of them were creepy.
Looking at you, Mr. Mime.
Yeah, specifically Mr.
But then
Mime.
again-
bad.
and
You look,
ditto.
Mr. Mime's creepy.
I don't
Oh,
want to call
ditto.
out names. It seems rude.
I'll call him out.
Yeah, you're already there.
Enemy of the show, Mr. Mime.
Enemy of the show, Mr. Mime.
Could
Alright,
have
so
been a Mrs. Mime, guys.
Mrs. Mime?
Did you just assume his gender?
No,
they
it's
called
his
him
name is
Mr.
Mr. Mime. His
No,
name's
no, I'm just kidding.
Mr. Mime. Isn't that weird though? You're like Mr. Mime, like he's a female, and I'm all like, but why don't you just not put the thing there?
Can
Mime.
Mr. Mime
just-
be female?
I
Mr.
believe
Mime's-
so?
I think
I'll
it's
look
like
that up.
I think it's like a 95% male ratio.
Or is it... Because Jinx can't be male, correct?
I don't think so.
No, you're right. Jinx can't be female, but Mr. Mime can be male or female.
Yeah.
They basically, the reason why is because in the first generation there was no genders, so naming something Mr. Mime wasn't a big deal.
Yeah,
'Cause
'cause there was no... Like, nothing had come
and I
along yet.
believe in Japan his name isn't Mr. Mime. So
What
Do
is
we
it?
have technology?
do we have the technology? Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Let me pull up old Bulbapedia here.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, in
Friend of the show, Bulbapedia.
in Japanese, Mr. Mime's name is Barriered. So that's not,
Barriered?
a gender.
I thought you just said Barry.
No, Barriered.
He is
Like
the original
Barry.
Barry. You give him to your Pokemon.
Go.
Your Pokemon
I
get happy.
choose you, Barry.
It's like having a clown at your kid's birthday party, but it's Mr. Mime, and you just give it to the Pokemon. Same thing.
Yeah.
Whoa. You guys got
All
really
right.
tiny on my screen.
Oh shit,
We
I'm not
just
even
do
looking
that.
at the.
Or Magic.
All right, so enough about Pokemon. Unless you have any thoughts on it, Joe. What do you think of the movie?
I like the movie a lot. I went to go see it because I was like, it's Pokemon. If there's ever a video game that's gonna be like a cool live action adaptation, who, like, when you're a kid, like, who doesn't want to see live action Pokemon? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's like the ultimate thrill as a kid. So I went and saw it. I liked the movie. It was way funnier than I thought it was. Psyduck was exactly what I wanted.
I love I relate to Psyduck. I get migraines all the time.
It's
Same.
so good. And I liked it a lot. And I liked I think the twist with Pikachu was like obvious, but it gets you here.
Oh yeah.
It gets your
Yeah,
feels, and it was really good. I hope they make another one.
I think they
I'd be
will.
down.
It
I
was
feel like they
successful enough.
will,
If Venom can get a sequel,
which is crazy.
Detective Pikachu can get a sequel, in my opinion.
That's true. I want to talk
Yeah.
about it. I have so many thoughts on that movie.
We're gonna get there. Maybe next week.
We will
that's-
one day.
Maybe that's the topic next week.
All right, Ryan, what's your best video game?
My
movie?
best video game movie. It's very on brand, and I've been touting this movie as the greatest thing for a long time. I'm sure you guys both
Alright.
know it's coming. So, came out this year. It's called Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic
There
the
it
Hedgehog
is.
is
Ooh.
the best video game movie ever.
I didn't
What
expect
a
that.
cop! I was kidding.
So it's and I've like originally I said that for the memes, like 100% for the memes. I was like, this is the best video game movie ever. But then I
Yeah.
watched it 4 times in theaters.
Oh my
I
God,
paid that
really?
movie 4 times,
You're the reason
and
that
I
you
loved
gave
it
that
more
movie.
and more every
You
time.
gave that movie thousands of dollars.
So I don't think you can talk about the Sonic movie without talking about the monstrosity version of that movie, which I still need to be released as a
Yeah,
special
I
edition.
want that
I
cut.
want to watch it.
Release the OG Sonic cut, the
I-
Monster Sonic cut.
I need it in, man. I need it so bad.
What if that's a Blu-ray feature? And
I
it's
would
just
pay
like
for
OG
it.
Sonic.
I've said before, like if they
Is the
increase
movie out
cost-
already?
they released it
Yeah.
early.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if the
They should've put
Blu-ray's
that on
out, but
there.
I know that you can get it on Amazon Prime right now for like renting and everything like that. It's available on streaming software, so you can get it right now. Best video game movie ever, in my opinion. It stayed
Okay.
the way that they handled it. It did play more like a buddy kind of thing, you know, because they had to have the human
Mhm.
element in there, because most movies
Mhm.
do these days. I mean, even Detective Pikachu had it, but that was like the basis of the thing, anyways. But the way that Sonic was very true for the most part to the video games after the redesign, of course. Like his character was very witty, but like, you know, it was still like a fun movie that you can go in and like you just enjoy yourself the entire time and just
Yeah, exactly.
the
Yeah.
humor was on point and very on brand for Sonic. Little hints in there too of like things that if you didn't think about it, like if you weren't like that big of a Sonic fan, you would not get, but it's not something that you're gonna miss out and make the movie less enjoyable.
When they put the Sanic thing, I was like, damn it, this movie's gonna be good.
It was self-aware. Like, come on. Like the Sonic thing was so cool. And then also, one thing I noticed, I think it was like the 3rd time seeing it. Granted, again, I saw this movie 4 times.
Yeah.
I loved.
Did you like it every time?
Yeah, I loved it more each time I saw it. Like
Wow,
I loved
okay.
it more and more. Again, we're going into heavy spoilers from here on out because it's the end of the movie.
that's fine.
And the
That's
post-credit
fine.
scene.
Oh yes, we need to talk about
Yeah.
that.
So the ending of the movie is like everything else. Sonic beats Dr. Robotnik, Eggman. The way he beats him, though, I don't know if people noticed this because a lot of people didn't pick up on it when I saw it. He keeps smashing on the top of the egg carrier, which is what you do in the video games.
Mm-hmm.
And he just keeps bashing him a bunch of times, and it destroys the egg carrier thing. And then he bashes it one more time and sends him into a thing. But like, I love the idea of like, oh, that's like a thing from the video games where that's why you jump on top of his like little crafts that he's always in, because it just translated well and it just worked. And I don't know, it just set up really well. It was a good like buddy story that also like had enough Sonic humor and like just fun stuff. Baby Sonic was also really cute after the redesign. We're not going to talk about pre-redesign because there's pictures and it's awful.
Who was
terrifying.
the owl character?
I don't think she was ever really a thing.
It's like an original character. huh?
Yeah, but I like the echidnas that they showed in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not
That-
brushed up on my Sonic lore.
Yeah, so you know.
I'm
Oh, I talked about
sorry.
Sonic lore for a while afterwards, but yeah, so you know that Knuckles is in this universe. At least the echidnas are out
Definitely,
there.
he has to be.
Yeah, and then it leads into granted post-credit scene spoilers, but the ending. There's 2 post-credit scenes in that movie, which I still find hilarious.
Wait, Joe, did you see this movie?
Sonic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it on Valentine's Day.
Okay,
I did
cool.
too. I watched it on Valentine's Day.
I have a story about Sonic. I'll get to it.
All right, we'll do the post-credit scene, then you can tell your story.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the first post-credit scene is after Eggman is defeated, he gets sent to this mushroom planet, which a lot of people thought was a dig on Mario, and I didn't know that
that's
until later
what
on.
I thought.
No, there's a stage in Sonic and Knuckles that looks just like
Yeah, the
that.
mushrooms everywhere. But
Is it
everyone was
like
like,
the
"Oh no,
worst
it's supposed to be
level
the
or something?
Mushroom Kingdom," and they're taking shots on Mario.
Oh,
And I'm like,
hey,
that
maybe.
makes. I mean, I could see it, but I don't think so anymore.
I didn't get that until people were like, "Do you think it was Mushroom Kingdom?" And I was like, "The thought never
Yeah,
crossed."
oh. Yeah, but so at the end of the movie, Eggman gets sent through this portal, which you make with the rings, which isn't entirely accurate to the games, but still makes sense. He gets transported to this mushroom planet that Sonic keeps talking about not wanting to go to because there's nothing on there, and he is isolated. There's no transportation back, and he has to find his own way. Granted, Eggman's a genius and is going to find his own way back. And then the post-credit scene is him shaving all of his hair, like Jim Carrey shaving all of his hair,
Mhm.
and giving himself the old school Eggman Robotnik look. And he has the big mustache with the big red mustache, and it looks very Robotnik. He puts down the goggles on top of it, so he looks exactly like Eggman. Joe, granted, he's a slim version, but it works. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey was great.
He was perfect.
Yeah, He was great.
Then after that, credits roll again, and at the very end of the movie, the very end is a scene where another ring opens up, and who, of course, would pop through except for Tails. And Tails also looked amazing. The character design was on point. And he comes up and he's like, "Oh, he's here." And then you see him just shoot out in the distance, which is definitely setting up for, if there is, a Sonic 2, which
There
I'm
will
guessing
be.
would probably just be called Sonic and Tails or something like that. But God, I was so hype. I didn't think they were gonna do. I didn't think they were gonna do Tails. I got so excited for Tails at the end. I don't think I've been as excited for anything since whenever the last good Marvel post-credit scene was. I got so
True.
excited. I screamed in the movie theater over all the children that were excited because no, this is my moment. I grew up on Sonic. I need this, and it was great. Oh man, I love Sonic.
I think they got the voice actor in the cartoons for Tails too.
Yeah.
Or at least the Sonic.
I think it was the same guy, and that
Yeah.
was really well done. Although also
I
John
liked it a
Ralphio
lot
from
more
Parks and
than
Rec
I
was perfect.
Yeah.
You said you had a story about Sonic, Joe?
Well, it's real quick. It's just I have a friend who, to this day, I don't know if they were just memeing or they were honest. But when the movie got announced, they're like, "This is going to be the greatest movie of all time," and I immediately was like, "Shut up! No, it's not." And for a year, they're just like, "Guys, TikTok, we're going down. It's getting to be the great." Marking days off his calendar is it's going to be the greatest cinematic movie of all time, and I'm like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." And then me and my buddy, me and John went and saw Sonic, but the entire we would be like, "No, it's not," but then in private we'd be like, "What are we gonna do if it's good?" And he's like, he's never gonna let us down. He's never gonna. We're gonna have to move town, and never talk to him again.
Mhm.
So then the fated day arrived. I see the movie, and 5 minutes in, I'm already like, "Son of a bitch,"
entertaining.
because
It's
I'm having
really
a really good
entertaining.
time. And then right when he meets with the guy and they they have all the funds, I'm like, I'm having a good time. And then there's the chili dog scene, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Mhm. Another thing that
Did
a
it.
small little detail that old school Sonic fans are gonna realize that, and if you don't recognize, it's not gonna change anything. It's not anything too crazy, but it's a cool little nod that you'll be like, "Oh, cool, chili dogs."
So we love the movie, and then we avoided talking to him about it. How was the movie? And we're just like, have you seen it yet? Oh yeah. And then we'll just tell us how you think about it. And he thought oh, you guys are gonna hate it just because I'm gonna like it. But then it turns out, crazy twist of fate, we told him we loved the movie, and he thought it was just okay.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
See, if it was the original version, he would have fucking loved it. That would have been his thing.
he memed about that, where he's like, we could have had the purest form of Sonic, which I was like, no way he thinks the movie's gonna be good. But then he was like, no, I think it's gonna be good. And then when we saw it, we were like ready. We like became excited to like gush about the movie with him, and he was like, "That was okay." And I was like, "So now I'm defending the Sonic movie."
Yeah, this is
Did he think
twisted.
it was gonna be good before the redesign or after?
He thought it was going to be good before the redesign,
Oh,
and then he
Jesus.
but that's why I thought it was memeing. And then when they redesigned it, he was like, "It's going to be great now," and I never knew if he was kidding or not. And then when the movie came out, and he was like, I was like, he's genuinely excited, and then he was like, it was okay. And now I'm defending the movie. It was Van. I didn't realize I could say the name.
that
It was
makes
Van.
perfect sense.
Van was the
Van,
one that was
friend
like
of the
for a
show.
year. But
Yeah.
I liked the movie. It was great.
It was really fun.
I didn't want to like it.
I do think-
I was nervous the whole time.
One last note on
That
Sonic
was
and then
like-
we get to Joe's. I do think, I don't know if you guys agree, if they actually kept the old design, it would have made the movie so much worse. Like, I feel like that would have
That's-
spoiled a lot of, like, because you would be too distracted by the design to care
Yeah.
about what was going on in the movie.
Mhm.
Well, I think that would be a lot of people's things. They're like, the movie would have been good if they just changed him up. I was so distracted by how goddamn awful he was.
And they
Yeah,
did.
he looked terrible. So
and he,
bad.
and he did, and then he looked great.
Now we're
And
here.
did you guys hear the rumor that that was a marketing ploy?
I've heard
I
that.
don't believe it.
I've heard
I
that.
don't believe it.
I don't believe it, but I could see it being a thing, but that's just too much. That's too much
Too much
effort to put
effort,
into
right?
Even the trailer is still a lot of resources you're using.
Especially when you hear it took them like $5 million
Yeah.
just to redesign him.
Side
Like
note,
they didn't change the movie.
good for that team though, even though it sucks they shut down. But
Yeah.
on them for like, I'm pretty sure that movie made more than its money back. And like,
Did they
good-
shut down?
Yeah, they also
did.
made. They also
Aw.
did the animation for Cats, if that changes anything.
Oh well, I feel less bad.
You win some, you lose some, buddy.
They shut down after Cats, so you know,
That makes sense. They
Stop
didn't
after
really
Sonic.
finish.
Sonic's where
Maybe
you
they were like, we could make Cats real good or Sonic, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do Sonic.
Good choice, better choice. Now I have my number one video game movie of all time.
It's
But
true.
Joe, what's yours?
All right, here we
I'm
go.
so interested in what
My
it's gonna be.
number one is my number one was I watched. Listen, this movie. It's not one of the best ones. I love it personally. I think it's underrated. Okay, it's one of my favorite movies. I think it's in like if I had to do like a maybe not top 10 but top 20, it'd be up there. Okay, it's so cheesy, it's so over top, but it's got the best one-liners. Okay, it's Doom starring The Rock.
Oh, The Rock,
That
yeah.
is my
Wow.
favorite video game movie of all time, and I will tell you why. Everyone's is it if it wasn't called Doom, people would love it more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
The fact that it was called Doom is the reason a lot of people hate it. But if you watch the movie, it's not bad.
It's not.
The premise is kind of it's cheesy and stuff, but the one-liners are fun. The stupid Easter, like every line out of the characters is great. The Carl Urban's awesome in it.
Oh, I didn't know he was in that.
The Rock, where when he was first starting out, he
Mhm.
plays spoiler for Doom, the movie, by the way.
Oh, 2000 what?
You know,
like four?
he's you think The Rock's the main character, and then like as the movie goes on, you're like, oh, Rock's not the main character. Carl Urban is the main character. And it's got so many funny scenes. It's got a lot of great cheesy action scenes. When The Rock shoots the BFG and then he just looks at it, holy shit! And then all the the cheeky one-liners when he's getting pulled through a nano wall and he looks like at the camera and he's like, I'm not supposed to die, and then he gets moved over to the first-person scene, which is
Oh
awesome.
yeah! Holy shit! I forgot about
I have
that.
to watch this movie. I haven't
So-
seen this.
I watched it when
It's
I haven't
so
watched
good.
it in years, but I remember
It's
watching it when I
so
was younger.
good.
And it's just like I had no previous like idea what Doom was before that.
I love
So,
Doom. by the
I
way.
saw like the movie, just not knowing what it was, being young, and being like, oh, I like The Rock,
Mhm.
and saw it, and I was like, oh, this is actually, I enjoyed it. It was really fun, and I grew up, and I was like, oh, this was based. I didn't even know it was based on a game, and then I found out when I was older that it was based on a game, and I was like,
Oh,
that's a good
really?
movie. Yeah, I didn't.
Wow.
So here's a fun piece of trivia fact: I didn't play any Doom until Doom 2016.
Wow.
That was the
Nice.
first Doom I've
Okay.
ever played, and I never knew Doom was like a full-blown franchise. I thought it was just a singular game,
Wow.
and then they made a movie about it, and that was it. And then Doom 2016 came around. Loved Doom 2016.
I
haven't
love
touched
Doom
Eternal yet,
2016 as
but
well.
I haven't.
You haven't touched Eternal yet?
No, I want to so
Eternal's
bad.
great.
Yeah, Eternal was
Eternal's
so
great.
good. No, Doom.
Yeah, Doom
Uh,
3 was my first game on the original
Oh,
Xbox.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Like, I didn't really like that game, so I think that game came out around the same time as the movie. I think
I think maybe
within a
it did.
few years, right? So I just was not interested in seeing that movie when it came out because I was like, oh, the game wasn't fun.
I had Doom the movie. It was just on an old. It wasn't. I didn't own the movie. Okay, it was a CD and Sharpie, and it just said Doom. Okay, and I remembered an entire summer, every day, I watched that movie. I just watched it every single day for an entire.
Now I'm starting to get why
summer
they
'cause
do
I
number
loved it.
one.
And I
Yeah.
loved it, and I loved it. I love it every time. I love the first-person scene when Reaper, which is his name, and Sarge the Rock, they fight at the end, and the Rock's turning into a demon, and then it's. I'm sorry for spoiling it, Steven.
Spoil everything
That's
else.
fine.
But I gotta. Once I start the movie, once you start talking about Doom, I can't shut up about it.
That's fine.
But there's just a scene where they're gonna kill each other, but then they have funny back and forth. He's like, "You gonna shoot me?" And then he goes, then Carl Urban's like, "Yeah, I was thinking about it." It's just like, it's funny. It's so good. It's so over the top. Oh, it's great. But then they made a new one.
Did they?
They made one on Netflix. It's called Doom Annihilation.
Oh, you're right. I didn't watch it,
Oh
but
shit.
I've seen the little pop-up for it when it came out. Because they
will
advertised
say
the
this-
shit out of it.
They advertised the shit out of it, but id Software came out and said, "We're not associated with this movie."
Damn.
And then the movie came out, and 30 minutes into it, I was like, I don't hate this movie. And then right at 30 minutes, I went, there it is. And then I hated the movie.
I mean, you always got to be skeptical about it, especially in video game movies. I feel like it's such one
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah, I need to do better. But Doom was
The one.
just so people know, when it's a new movie, we won't spoil it. But when the movie's like months or years old, I don't think we have to say spoiler.
Yeah.
It's like it's months or years old. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
you know.
Um,
We'll try to remember to do it, but if we don't, like,
you know what you're getting into. If anything,
Yeah.
if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll probably put it in the thing below and be like, hey, spoilers.
Skip to this if you don't want to.
Yeah, if you don't want to hear about this
anything.
movie or this movie, just skip.
That's true.
If I could say though, just touch a couple more like just good video game movies if you guys had any.
Yeah.
One I love and I will cherish for a long time. Not number one, but it's up there. The original Resident Evil. I
Virtual hug.
love the original
virtual
Resident
hug,
Evil. That's the
Hug
one.
you. Hugging you.
That's what I thought Joe was gonna pick.
I thought that was
I
gonna
thought he
be
was
up
gonna
there.
pick one of the Resident Evils for sure.
He knows for sure now what my worst is.
So, because we were there for it, that's why I was there for it. But no, a Resident Evil 1 is fucking amazing. It's one of my favorite. I can still go back and watch that movie and still love it.
I really like Extinction.
Extinction. Which one? That was the fourth one.
That's the one where the world is just like it's a desert.
Yeah.
Like the world's
I
done.
I remember the poster art because it has Alice in like the desert and she's all wrapped up like.
I really
Master
like
Chief
that
in
one
Halo
because
preview.
even the games haven't explored that ever.
Yeah.
They've never done like what if the virus, which hey Capcom,
I don't know.
one day
which
down the
one I
line do
saw.
that.
I liked Resident Evil 1 specifically because of the idea. Like, I like these kind of storylines where it's in a very concentrated place. So Resident Evil 1, for those who haven't seen Resident Evil 1, spoilers, T-Virus is just starting to become a thing, and they're starting to figure out what's going on. And it all takes place underground in, I believe it's Raccoon Labs. I believe it's all underground in Raccoon.
Called the Hive.
Or in, yeah, there we go, the Hive is what it's originally called. But it takes place underground, and they're finally developing the T-Virus and everything like that. And long story short, the place is a huge death trap, which is awesome. There's a bunch of different things going on. There's this little creepy English girl. I'm trying to remember this the best I can because it's been a minute. I need to rewatch this movie. I love it. Little creepy English girl who's like kind of like drip feeding information to the people that are down there. Like, you know, you're gonna die down here. And there's like a team that's going down. I think Michelle Rodriguez is actually one of the people, if I remember right.
Yep.
From
Yeah,
Fast and
probably.
Furious, friend of the show. And
Yeah, friend of the show.
yeah, so it's kind of like This is a good way to put it, I feel like. It's like, if you've seen the movie The Raid, it's a reverse version of that. Instead of going up, you're going down. And you're just descending into this giant area and just discovering things. And they're trapped down there, and I love that concept.
Wild neon.
Resident Evil
I like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true. In fact, I'll look it up after I say it, but I'll say what I think it is. The creepy girl, the Red Queen.
Yes.
I don't think she was a thing in Resident Evil yet.
No,
I think she became a thing after the movie.
That sounds.
Where they're like, what if we make an AI? And they're like, we'll just borrow the thing from the movie. It was cool. I don't know. Maybe it was always a thing, and maybe it was in the books or something.
That was a good.
Yeah, 1 and 3 are great, and that is where I will leave that off.
Was Apocalypse
3 is
2?
Apocalypse is 2.
I have a soft spot for Apocalypse only because Resident Evil 3 was my first ever game that I played in the Resident Evil series, so I love Nemesis all the time.
The girl that played Jill was
Yes.
was great, but 1 and 3 are actually pretty good.
And then we'll get to the other ones later.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Any other
Spoilers.
good movies that you guys have an idea on?
Honorable mention for me, I want to say Warcraft. The story wasn't great, acting wasn't great, so I can't say it's the best, but I did like the CGI in that movie. I thought it looked pretty good.
It felt like a world. It felt like World of Warcraft, like in terms of like
like it
how the
visually
world acted.
it looked like Warcraft. Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Well, here's my question. Okay, because I know nothing about those two games.
Right.
It's called Warcraft, but was it based off Warcraft or was it based off World of Warcraft? Because I thought those are two different things, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Warcraft has Warcraft 1 through 3 has its own story that kind of goes into each other, if I remember right. And then World of Warcraft is this huge world with a bunch of different stories and a bunch of different narratives that you're going to and side quests and stuff like that.
So do they exist in like the same world, or they
Same
do?
characters are there, but just different time periods and
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
based
that.
off the first RTS game, which came out in like the early 90s.
Okay.
It does a good job adapting the story. I mean, it's a crazy story. It's just about orcs and humans, basically. But it's like the story has always been weird. Like these orcs, you would think that they would just exist in the same world, like Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
But they don't. Like these orcs came from like another planet, and they came through like a dark portal, and that's when it gets all weird and like a little bit sci-fi at the same time. It just
Yeah, they had to do.
But the movie did it good. The movie did it justice. People didn't really like it, but it's like, hey, this is how it was in the game. So it's actually being true to the game.
I don't think it was as bad as everybody says it is. I didn't think it was great, but I can sit down and enjoy it. Rarely.
And the Chinese loved it.
Did they really?
Yes, they did. It's the #1 selling video game movie of all time because of China.
Really?
Sonic, I need you guys to bump the numbers up.
Well, maybe Sonic beat it. I'm not sure, but I know.
I feel like Sonic beat it.
Let's see.
But maybe it never came out.
True.
It might not have come out in China.
Side note, while he's looking that up, Joe, did you have any honorable mentions? Because I have one more that is like a loop.
Well, I was going to ask because I didn't even think about this. Okay. Because the minute Steven was like best video game movie, my mind was like, well, it's Doom, so we can just check that off the list. But do animated movies count, right?
I thought about this, and I didn't include an animated movie.
I was going off of theatrical releases, so if it had a theatrical release, then yes. So technically,
because I liked my honorable mention was, and I might get flack for this, and it might be because I see it through rose-trimmed glasses. I think that's the same. I liked the Assassin's Creed movie.
Wow.
Okay. I liked the Assassin's Creed movie.
I never saw it because it was bad.
Same.
I'm the crazy person because when I played Assassin's Creed, I used to love Assassin's Creed. I don't play them anymore.
Right.
Okay. Because they're not stealth games anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was a big fan of, this blows my mind, is that I didn't realize that I was in the minority. I loved the modern day stuff.
Right.
I loved how like the past affected the present and then towards the future. I didn't realize that a lot of people thought that was dumb, and they loved the past stuff. And they're like, why do we have to go to modern world? Just let us be assassins all the time. which I didn't realize it. So the movie, a lot of people don't like the movie for that thing where it focuses on the modern day stuff and not the past stuff a lot.
See, I like the modern stuff too. Like it's such
But
a
I
cool
like the
dynamic.
modern stuff, so I was interested in it. And to be fair, I saw the movie once. I bet you if I see it again, I'd be like, oh, it's not good. But I remember liking it. But I like the Assassin's Creed. But I was gonna say animated. Michael Fassbender's making it.
Yes.
And I like Michael Fassbender. But I was gonna say
Animated.
animated video game movies. I can't think of a lot of animated video game movies off the top of my head, but I can think of one that I liked.
Which one?
And Chappy might back me up on this.
Oh, I got one too.
The Dead Space animated movies.
Yes.
Were pretty good.
I will back
because
that up to the day I die.
Also, those are canon.
Yeah, those actually
So-
happen.
Oh,
So-
I haven't seen those.
They're
Those
really
are good. They're
They're
very,
really
very
well
good. Have you played the games, Steven?
Yeah, I played the first two. Loved it.
Okay. So there's
Oh,
a.
nice.
I'm not gonna tell you. Never mind. I'm not gonna tell you. There's a cool scene. I will say this.
I think it's on
There's a
Netflix.
cool scene at the end of the second Dead Space movie that like lets you know that like, oh, they're all tied together. It's dope. It's really
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
gotta
Not
watch
what
these.
the one I was gonna say, but and also not the this is a sidetrack that I got because Joe brought up the animated thing.
Mhm.
I don't know if it counts. I think it does. It's not necessarily a video game movie, but it's based on a video game that was
Mhm.
insanely popular and it came out a couple years before this. Pokemon, the first movie.
Oh yeah. Technically, it doesn't count. I wouldn't say it counts just because it's based on the anime.
That's what
already,
I was
which is already a
thinking.
thing.
And
I was
isn't
talking to a friend,
Pokemon
like-
a manga first?
But you have a
I think it's.
point?
I don't know.
No. The Pokemon was originally a game, so everything is based on a game technically. But it's a multimedia thing, so it's got manga, anime.
Yeah.
Um,
The game was first, right?
The
the
game was first. Game was 96.
for everything else. So
America, I
everything
think.
is technically based on a game.
Yeah. So
I know
there's
we can Google
technicality
it.
in there.
But I like not knowing.
Yeah. Steven, if you want to go with yours, and then I'll do my like technical pick. That is, you'll see what I mean.
Oh, my worst?
No, your didn't you have like an honorable mention or like a animated one that you were saying?
Oh yeah. I never played this game,
Ooh.
but I watched this animated film on Netflix back in like 2013 or whatever, and I freaking thought it was amazing because of how crazy it was and just over the top. It was the Dante's Inferno.
I heard about this. I never
You
saw
guys
it, but I
ever
heard
see
about
that?
it. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
saw it, but I heard about it a lot.
Never seen it, never played.
Never played Dungeons
Never
Inferno
played the
either. But the story's interesting. I know the story.
No, you should watch that. It's crazy. It's so brutal.
Is it
like
still on
there is
Netflix?
shit. I don't think so. I mean,
I'll
it
find
might
it.
be, but I just remember like putting it on one day and just loving it because of just how over the top and bloody and gory it was. It was
Right.
like, it kind of reminds me of the Castlevania show that's on Netflix now.
I was gonna say honorable mention. It's a video game show. That show's
Castlevania,
fantastic.
yep.
Yeah.
That show's fantastic. Absolutely. I feel like people would be like, they didn't mention Castlevania.
I'm like, no,
not
I
a
mean, it's not a
movie.
movie, so.
It's not a movie, but it is a show, and it is amazing.
Mhm.
Speaking of amazing, this is my little thing, and I said I had an honorable mention on this because it doesn't technically count, but it is a short film
Okay.
based on a video game, and arguably, in my opinion, the best ever.
What is
Okay.
it?
And that is the Uncharted short film that put out like 2 years ago. If you guys haven't seen this, you
Oh,
need
I
to
know,
watch
okay.
it. And it has Nathan Fillion as Nathan
Yeah.
Drake, and he is perfect.
Mhm.
It's a 15-minute short film that people just made, and they're like, "Oh, Nathan Drake, we're gonna cast Nathan Fillion because everybody wants Nathan Fillion as Drake."
Did
And
Sony
he-
like
No,
produce this?
no,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
fan film, but it
I
is
see.
shot so well. It's unbelievable. Like,
It's
I'll
really
send you
well
the link to it, and I'm probably gonna watch it myself later on tonight. I'm a huge Uncharted fan. I love Uncharted. I love Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, those kind of explorer type things. This is the
Mhm.
best version of any video game character ever, anywhere, in my opinion. It's so well done. It just plays like an Uncharted game, and it's insane. Oh,
Yeah.
if it could count, I would count it, but it's not a full-length movie, so obviously that's not gonna
Yeah.
work.
It was,
I gotta
it's,
check it out.
It's really good though. There's another one, a fan one. I think it's only like 8 minutes though.
Right?
But there was like a Metroid one with Jessica Chobot.
Yeah, from IGN, I think it was. while ago.
It was. She was Samus. It looked really cool. I don't remember it. I don't like a thing, or if it was just like a fake trailer.
I think it was
cool.
a April Fool's joke that year, if I remember right.
Was it an April Fool's joke?
I
don't remember.
They because they always do trailers like that.
Remember that was a thing, and it was really cool.
Steven, I'm sending you the Uncharted trailer. After this podcast is over, you
Okay,
watch it.
I'll definitely check it out. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get us on to the next thing. Any last quick things you guys want to say about best movies?
I think that's all. We spent a good amount of time on this one.
Yeah, we did.
I can't think of anymore.
So the thing about video game movies is that it's not easy to translate gameplay to like screen.
Yep.
But some of these movies are just like, come on, it wasn't that hard. Okay, so my worst movie was actually the first video game movie ever made. It's the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, I knew it was gonna happen.
Also my worst.
Oh, really?
Also my worst.
All right, so when we get to yours, we could talk more about the Mario movie, but also if you have any other bad ones, we could also any backups. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, just want to real quick say the Mario movie. Like I remember seeing that and being I think it came out the year I was born, so I didn't see it like in theaters or anything.
Oh,
I remember.
Huh.
Yeah, it came out in '93.
Damn.
So, and it was the first ever adapted video game movie. So
bad.
But I was.
Is it really the first one?
It's the first one.
It was terrible.
Oh.
And it was, arguably the most popular video game of all time. So people had high hopes for this thing. And goddamn, like when I was a kid, even as a kid, when your attention span is like nothing, I still couldn't watch this movie and like kind of. I mean, I enjoyed parts of it. Like my Yoshi, if you guys have seen the movie, Yoshi was like my favorite part, even though he looked very like realistic and like an actual like little dinosaur. Do you guys remember this?
I remember
Steven
the movie.
Spielberg.
I remember John Leguizamo was in it.
Dude, Bob Hoskins, come on, man.
I remember King Koopa looked ridiculous.
Oh,
Listen,
terrible.
Steven Spielberg saw the Super Mario Brothers movie, saw Yoshi, and then he's like, "I'm gonna make a movie about dinosaurs." And then he made Jurassic
Holy
Park.
shit, you might be right.
Oh yeah, he was
That's
just
my
actually
headcanon.
a lizard or a dinosaur, pretty much.
He was like a little dinosaur, but he was actually kind of cute.
Yeah.
And the animatronic was good. That was like my favorite thing about that movie as a kid, because the story made no sense. It's like trying to trying to follow along with what was going on was, oh my god, it was terrible. I still don't even really understand the story. I know that the Princess
Mushrooms
Daisy
are the
was
force.
in it.
That's all
It
you
was
gotta
like
know.
an alternate universe where there was dinosaurs. It's like, how could you mess this up so badly? You could have made a simple movie. First of all, the designs are all wrong. Like nothing in the movie resembles Mario in any way. Mario and Luigi aren't even brothers. Apparently, they're father and son.
Yeah, something
I
weird.
don't remember.
Yeah, I know they
And-
changed the dynamic, and it was like, what are you doing,
It's
guys? Come
I
on.
remember there's jump boots and for some reason.
Because how else did
Yeah.
he jump so high?
There was a lot of jetpacks.
Like, dude's a
What
plumber. Come on. Come on.
King Koopa was just a guy. He
Monster.
wasn't even. He didn't even look like Bowser in any way. And the Goombas were like just terrifying. Absolutely.
I hate.
Those things scare me even to this day.
So
With tiny little heads.
as much as I will agree it's the worst video game movie of all time, I do have a special place for it. I love how terrible that movie is. Like
Yeah,
I
in
can go back and watch it
hindsight.
and appreciate how bad it is, but God, is it just awful? It is so bad. So many things just go wrong, and like the character design, the story, like none of it is like
The
it's
jokes
fun,
aren't
but
funny.
it's terrible. Like it's not Sonic fun. It is like, why the fuck did I pay to watch this movie bad?
And it's funny because this is how Sonic could have been. Like,
Oh yeah,
when you saw the first trailer, I was like, oh no, they're doing a Mario Brothers.
but he's been spending most
Where
of his life
he-
living in a gangster's paradise. That was the
I
theme song
forget
for
that.
this.
I forget that was the trailer song.
Gangster's Paradise was the original trailer song.
When you think of Sonic, what do you think of Gangster's Paradise?
Fuck yeah, dude. My man.
Man.
Oh, Super Mario Brothers. Well, I guess I'll go second.
I think you should go last because I'm switching mine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Do you
switch
know
mine.
what? Do you know what yours
Yes.
is? Okay.
There's one movie that sticks out after Super Mario Brothers because I remember watching it because I got super excited because at the time it was the aesthetic that was sweeping the nation, and I don't know if you guys are gonna get it from me saying this. I am a big fan of Blade, like the Marvel property Blade. Good movies. Like the first one's amazing. Third one has Triple H, so it's instantly good. Joe should know what it is. So because it was the aesthetic at the time, I think it came out in 2004.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Blood Rain?
Yes, Blood Rain.
Blood Rain was god awful. Oh my god. Like,
How dare you?
me as like a 13-year-old watching that movie was like, fuck. We have Blade. Why do we need this?
Blood Rain, the game, isn't that good.
I like
No.
Blood Rain, but I don't hate, the game
I'm
was
surprised it
more
even got a movie.
The movie
So
was
in that
just-
aspect, it's
because
highly
vampires are
accurate.
cool. I mean,
True.
vampires are arguably still
It's
cool.
because the main character's hot.
Yeah.
It's like I think we got an Electro movie too around that same time.
Don't.
And
We
Tomb
don't
Raider
talk about-
was a popular franchise
Tomb
too.
Raider was,
So
the
they-
first one was good. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on record. I don't know about good, but it was watchable.
What, Angelina Jolie?
Yes. First
I have
one was
to
very
rewatch
watchable.
it.
I liked the first one. I also like the reboot with what's her name? Who didn't look?
We're getting on. Listen, we're getting distracted.
I mean, it's still a video game movie, but anyways,
Getting
Blood Rain.
Distracted.
Blood
You
Rain was-
like the Tomb? Hold on, stop. I have to stop now. You like the Tomb Raider reboot?
I enjoyed
You
it.
liked it?
I enjoyed
You
it.
enjoyed it?
I didn't think it was as bad.
The entire time I was playing it, I was like, the entire time I watched it, I was like, "Where's my controller?" Because
Yeah,
it's just the first game.
Exactly, and I love the first game.
Oh, it was just exactly the same? Or?
Yeah, she gets
It's-
shipwrecked on an island, and all this
It's a
good stuff
highlight reel
of the game.
of like just like it's just like the Tomb Raider movie starring her is just like, remember this? It's like member berries. There's like,
I
remember when you went across that plane in the waterfall?
that was a cool scene.
Remember Nazis? I don't
Remember when you climbed the
Remember-
mountain with your...
remember. We're just gonna say
Pickaxe?
Bermuda Triangle, not Dragon Island or whatever.
I will argue though, the bad guy in the Tomb Raider movie, the reboot, was awesome. Walter Goggins is an amazing actor, and he just
Don't
played an
remember
asshole.
it.
I love the guy. I remember that
Honestly don't.
more than most of anything else in the movie that wasn't just. A
I
copy
remember
paste.
Nick Frost was in the movie. That's it.
Nick
He
Frost
sells her
from.
guns.
We'll get back to talking about Blood Rain, but did you guys ever see Prince of Persia movie?
Also bad.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Also bad.
Prince of Persia, starring Jake Gyllenhaal,
Jake
is a
Gyllenhaal.
cinematic masterpiece.
I
How
don't know
dare
about
you?
this. I don't
How
know what's going on
dare
here.
you?
No. I don't remember
No.
thinking about that movie. But I did see it in theaters when I was a kid. So
I saw it. I remember I was stoked when I heard it was coming out because I love Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia was awesome when I was younger. That was my shit.
Never played the Prince of Persia games.
That's probably what that explains why you liked it.
That might be why I like it.
Yeah, Prince
Yeah.
of Persia was one of my favorite games growing up, and just that kind of ruined it for me.
okay.
Blood Rain is
So,
awful. The
yeah,
story
Blood
is
Rain.
just boring. The main character, you just like, you don't really feel anything for. You're just like, cool,
I love
man.
how
we're-
abrupt Chappy is. Blood Rain's awful.
So we're just throwing a person in, and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do Blade again, but we're just gonna make it Blood Rain. But Blood Rain's not as cool as Blade. Blade was a character that grew over the course of the entire thing. He's kind of an asshole, and he's got a soft spot for some people. They try to do that in Blood Rain, and it just fails, and it's boring, and it just.
So what's the objective of Blood Rain? What is she trying to accomplish?
You're a hot vampire.
That.
Oh, okay. So
That's
mission
the plot of-
accomplished right
Kill
as the
that's
movie
the plot
starts.
of Blood Rain.
Kill things, man. It's not.
I don't know. It might have like a really intricate plot that's really, really good.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Just I don't
Like,
know.
I've
Plot.
I couldn't prepare as big of an argument because, granted, this is literally on the spot. Blood
Yeah.
Rain, I just remember watching it when I was a kid and just being so mad that it wasn't Blade, because Blade was great. Like Blade 1 at least. I watched Blade 1 like last week.
You kept expecting like Blood Rain. That's a weird name for a Blade movie.
Yeah, like it's so strange. Wesley Snipes looks different in this one. That's weird. But no, it was just I don't remember anything great about it, and I just remember more than any other video game movie that I can think of, that one pops out more than any others. Like as the bad one. Hands
Ooh,
down.
that one did not do well either. Apparently the budget was 25 million, which is pretty low. But it made 3 million in the box office.
I'm one of those.
No,
3
it
million, and
didn't.
I hate being one of those 3
Yes,
million.
it did.
I think it has like a very
Oh, we should do that next time. We talk about movies.
box office scores.
Should be like little facts, like, hey, it made this much money. Or
Well, I mean,
something
you
like
picked
that.
you also picked the topic next week, so we can go wherever. But
Yeah.
what
We're gonna
is
talk
if you have this open, Steven, what did Blood Rain get in Rotten Tomatoes? Like, what was the average that it got?
Yeah, we gotta know.
I'm pretty sure it was ridiculously low because it was
4%. That might
Point
be
proven.
the worst.
Now
Actually.
hold on. Do second research. How are the reviews for the games in Blood Rain?
Okay. Hold on.
There was 2, I think, right? I think there was only 2 Blood
I
Rain.
think there was 2 Blood Rains.
I thought there
Hold
was for sure only one.
on. Oh no,
The
it
first
got
one
a
was
sequel.
okay.
It sold really well. I know that. Let's see. Blood Rain, Metacritic, 65.
Oh, that's solid.
What
It's not
about
bad.
Blood Rain 2? Blood Rainier.
Blood
Blood
Rain
Rain
2.
Boogaloo?
Blood Rain Rainius.
Blood raining still.
Blood Downpour.
Now, why is it spelled like that? Blood Rain.
Rayne.
That's not her name, is it?
I believe it is. Pretty sure it is.
Oh, okay. Then maybe that's why. 67. So it actually got around the same.
Really? Oh, maybe the
Yeah.
games are.
They're
Maybe the
both
games are
just
good, I don't
mad
know.
games.
I
Yeah.
remember 2. I remember 1 being fun. Enjoyed it. Maybe because I was just young, but
I've been
Um,
proven wrong. I apologize.
the most
Doesn't mean your movie was good though.
fun movie, though, that's also the worst movie because I saw it with Joe. I'm 99% sure. Joe, what's your least favorite movie of all time?
So spoilers. It's a Resident Evil movie. 1 and 3 are good. They're good times. Okay. And Chappy, I know you have a soft spot for 2, but 2 is not good.
It's not good. I mean,
Okay.
I like it, but
They made. I love Resident Evil. Resident Evil might be is probably my favorite franchise of
it's a franchise
all
I
time.
associate with you with. Or that's the one when I think Joe and video games.
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
It's Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. I'm all things zombie. I love survival horror games. Then 4, 5, and 6, specifically 6, are such dumpster fires of movies that
I think that's the one I watched.
I think we all went and saw 6 because
That's the final chapter, right?
final chapter. I think the story of Resident Evil 6 is like, I know Steven, I think you were there with us,
Spoilers.
and it was like, it's like, why are we gonna go see this? And I'm like, because I have to finish this. Okay.
Finish the
It's
fight.
Game of Thrones. I have to finish the
Isn't
movie.
the final chapter, again, spoilers, the one with that god-awful Wesker scene?
Yeah.
Doesn't he get killed by an elevator? Isn't that his thing? Like
No, it's not an elevator. So
a door? I can't remember.
It's
entirely.
worse.
it's a fucking door. Wesker dies. Wesker, who's a big bad in the freaking video games, who takes
Spoilers.
He dies through. He doesn't die to anything.
Dies. He's a spoilers. Spoilers for Resident Evil. Or Resident Evil. Wesker's a bad guy.
Oh, man.
The guy with his slicked back hair, wearing all black, and never taking off his sunglasses is a villain.
Who
Just
would've thought?
curveball. And then in the movie, Wesker is a badass.
Yep.
Okay. He's just like, every time you think he's done, he's like, haha, I had another guy, or I had another life. And he's cunning, he's menacing, and in the movies, he's kind of just like he looks like a Matrix cosplayer.
Yeah.
And
Accurate.
they kill him in the 4th movie by shooting him a lot.
Talking about
and then-
Afterlife, right?
Yes, and then he becomes the president. Spoilers.
Yeah. Forgot about
And then in the 6th movie, when you're like, I can't wait to see how they kill Wesker, a superhuman with reflexes like a cat, and then he gets crushed by a fucking door.
That will always. I will never forget that because I remember how mad Joe was walking out of that theater and talking about how Wesker died. He was
Livid.
so mad leaving that theater. Like I've not seen rage like that in
I was
so
like-
long.
I was watching these movies. I was watching these movies, and I'm just like, oh, they're just throwing like like on my Resident Evil high horse. I'm like, there's no way they can make this movie any worse. It's been bad, start to finish.
There's your
And
problem.
then the Resident Evil movie franchise looked at me and they said, bet, and then they did it.
Yeah.
That's
God,
what
it
you
was
get
so
for
good.
being a fan. That's what you get for sticking through to the end. They just
Oh,
spit in
you
your
like
face.
Resident Evil and you saw all 6 of our movies, and then they're like, fuck you.
That's literally how it went. It was the biggest middle finger to all the fans, and I was like, even I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. I enjoy Resident Evil, but man, that was the worst.
I
That was a low
I was-
point.
was really mad. I've never been, because I usually, like, if a movie's bad, I'll find, like, I liked it, right?
Yeah.
But when it, and even like 4 and 5 and 2, I could find things where I was
I
like,
was like,
that was
there's
a
redeeming
cool,
qualities in it.
that's a cool thing. You know, 5 is terrible, but and Barry is in it, but and you get like a cool scene with the Magnum, and then the guy that plays Leon, and he's like, remember he's in Resident Evil 4 outfit.
Yeah, that's
just
the one I
to-
saw.
There's just Easter eggs at you, but I was like, there's something in there. But the sixth movie, I was like, I got nothing. I got nothing for you.
You got
And
disappointment. That's what you got.
And then I was like, I wonder how they're gonna kill Wesker.
Best
The
way.
whole time you're just like, as long as they kill Wesker.
Turns out they
yeah.
just needed to close the door on his face.
Hold the door, guys.
And something about those movies, because like, I'm gonna rant.
It's fine.
In the third movie, okay, you know how she has like this is spoilers for the whole series of movies. Okay, I'm sorry. This
I
doesn't
don't think
spoil the
anybody
game.
cares.
It doesn't spoil the games. There might be one guy who cares. And if
Maybe.
to that one guy I say, that's it. I tip my hat to you. But she has like powers. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth movie, the very beginning of the movie, she loses her powers, but she still does impossible,
Things. Yeah.
super cool psychic power things. Like she kicks a glass and it cuts a zombie in half, and she like does all this crazy stuff. But she doesn't have her powers anymore. And then at the end of the movie, they're like, we gave her back her powers. I was like, then why did you take the powers away?
Yeah, it kind of undermined the entire, like, it undermined itself, and it was just so bad.
I hate the fourth one because the third one ends and she finds like the army of
Yeah.
her, which I thought was really cool. And they're like gonna go and like cleanse the earth, and then they die in the first 5 minutes of
Like,
this
we changed our
movie.
mind, guys. We don't want to do that anymore. We got better ideas.
Yeah.
We want to
So
kill Wesker with a door.
there's a girl called Kmart. That's just a random fact for you. Her name's Kmart.
Okay.
They find her in a Kmart, and she goes, "My name's Kmart," and I was like, "Okay."
This is some Zombieland ass shit.
That's some Zombieland stuff, which I think maybe they stole from Zombieland.
I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
But, I could find things in every movie, but the sixth one's mine. Just,
I find
It's-
it
and
interesting.
it's just the Wesker scene, too.
So
I mean,
bad.
the whole movie's terrible.
Oh yeah, the
Right.
whole movie's bad, but like
The
that
whole movie's
scene
just,
ruins it all.
it's like, I would have rather watched, like, I don't know. I would have rather my eyes been gouged out than, I don't know about that, actually.
I mean, you've seen them, so damage is
I would
already
have
been
rather watched Super Mario Brothers and Blood Rain back
Agreed.
to back
done.
than watch Resident Evil 6.
I think I would do that too, because at least you can have a laugh,
Yeah, you can at least appreciate.
I find it interesting that the Resident Evil franchise is actually the most popular.
It's so.
I mean, in terms the fact that they have 6 movies, the only other movie that has that many is the Tomb Raider franchise. It's got 3, but there's 2 with the original Angelina Jolie, and then 1 that just came out a few years ago.
Wasn't there
No one else
3
has-
in the Angelina Jolie series, or am I crazy?
Is there? I thought there was only 2.
I thought there was 3.
I thought for sure there's only 2.
There was 1, there was Cradle, and then I feel like there was another one.
Tomb Raider and Cradle of Life.
Oh, maybe.
I'm not seeing it here unless it was like a direct-to-video, because I'm just looking at theatrical releases.
Yeah.
So if it was maybe a direct-to-video one, maybe.
Maybe I could just be wrong.
Um,
I mean,
But yeah, it's like Tomb Raider has 3, Street Fighter has 2, Mortal Kombat has 2. No one ever got past 3 except for Resident Evil, and they did 6, which is crazy.
somehow, by some.
I think-
Somehow.
Maybe they're all like Joe type fans that were just like, this one's gonna be good, guys. This is the
You
one.
know what it was? It was just like, I'm all like, this one I learned. It was like my kink. I'm just a glutton for punishment. Just take me to the 6th movie's funny because they're like, it's the director and Mila Jovovich, and they're just like, hey, we really want to like thank you guys for seeing all 6 of these movies, and I'm just like, just do it,
Just
just
finish
get
it.
on with
Let's
it.
End this bullshit.
Like
You know a
like,
movie's good if they call it the final chapter. Like, we're
Like-
getting it over with. This is it. I swear.
You're welcome, but also like, just step on me already. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just end me. Just don't put me down
I'm-
slow.
I was like this. Just bring it. Let's begin.
Like, please.
Hate that movie. Love the games though. Games are great.
I didn't know that was going to be your most hated. I thought you liked
I
it.
knew that was his most hated.
Oh.
The minute
I remember
you said,
walking out of that theater and immediately knew. When you said the topic last week, I was like, I know exactly what this is gonna be. Joe's picking Resident Evil as the least.
Worse.
I don't know about
I've never. I think when we left the theater, I was just like, I stayed for the credits. And then I remember Chappy just like, I'll get close to Chappy's like this. He's like looking at me, like waiting for me to say something. And then I got up and I was like, you guys ready to go? And Chappy's like, oh, I guess he's not gonna say anything. The
Soon
minute we
walk.
get out of the movie,
Yep.
I was like, what the?
Oh yeah. He was very calm and reserved until we walked out of the movie theater, and then he just unleashed all of his anger.
And I was like, and I looked at Jeremy. I'm like, buy a door. And Jeremy, who's a big Resident Evil fan too, he's like, a fucking door. And Jeremy's favorite character is Wesker. So Jeremy was as
livid.
pissed as me.
Yeah. So Resident Evil, the last final chapter, is just bad. That's also why I didn't pick Resident Evil in the last chapter, because I knew Joe was gonna pick it. Knew he was gonna pick it.
Shit. Just got
Damn,
attacked.
dude.
Is that a bad thing?
There actually hasn't been. Oh, go ahead.
I just know something fell at me.
Just throw it back. Fight it.
I'm looking at the list here, and I'm realizing
no.
like there really hasn't been that many movies that are based on video games. You think there'd be more, but I think that directors in Hollywood just know
Don't
that
touch
if it's
it.
based on a video game, it's most likely gonna fail. That's why it's
Yeah.
hard to take a chance. Because we've had like 30 since Mario Brothers. I want to say like
Sounds
I'll
right.
just go down the list real quick. Since '93, it was Mario Bros.
Yeah, let's do it.
Double Dragon, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Those are both, by the way, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, not bad.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat and Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat.
Annihilation.
Well, Street Fighter's cheesy good,
True.
but Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat's not.
Mortal Kombat 1
Annihilation-
was actually good. Annihilation was a little cheesy, but
We don't have to-
Entertaining for sure.
Annihilation, we don't have to talk about.
And then Wing Commander. Never heard of that one. Okay, so that was the 90s. In the 2000s, we got Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, Tomb Raider Cradle of Life, House of the Dead, Resident Evil, Apocalypse, Alone in the Dark, Doom,
Oh, I forgot about
Blood
that.
Rain, Silent Hill, which I hear is actually pretty
Oh
good,
my!
but I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Silent Hill in a minute, so that's why I didn't. I remember the Silent Hill movie existing, but I haven't seen it. Joe's stumbling.
Yeah, he's
He'll get there.
we broke him.
I'm okay with
The
the
mention of
image.
Silent
Itself.
Bad. It's just the first game.
Correct.
I don't.
The si-
You were cut
Silent
off.
Hill.
What'd you say?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Because the game sensed my rage. Or
Oh, we're losing him. Silent Hill. He's
I love how
He's
every time he
after
starts talking
Silent
about
Hill.
it, it just freezes him. It's like, no, don't you dare talk about Silent Hill like this.
all right.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Hold on. It's not letting me talk about Silent Hill.
There we go.
It's not letting
yeah,
me talk about
Just
it.
don't do it. All right. so-
The first one's good. The second one has Jon Snow in it, and it's terrible.
I want to watch the second one.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know he was in that.
That's it.
Kit Harington, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know my laptop was such a big fan of Silent Hill. I'm sorry. I like Silent Hill too.
Please.
It's not the movie.
I really need those games to get out. I heard that they're remaking, or they're trying to reboot.
They're
those again.
rebooting it. Yeah.
Do you think, here's the rumor is, do you think it's going to be exclusive to one or the other? Which one is it going to go to?
PlayStation.
Do you think? You think PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking PlayStation because usually Sony gets it.
The correct answer is Nintendo Switch.
Imagine. Imagine.
Honestly,
That'd be kind of crazy.
or Nintendo goes, all right, well, we see your Silent Hill. We're going to pull our trump card. We're going to release a brand new Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame. There you go.
We're going to put it on the Switch.
yeah.
There you go. There's your win. Nintendo fucking owns.
Dude. Random thought.
Random thought.
But they're making mobile games now, right?
Yeah.
Fatal Frame mobile game.
That's actually not a bad idea because you use your actual phone camera.
They did a Five Nights one.
Did they really?
Yeah, there's a Five Nights AR
Did I ever?
game.
Huh. I might need to look into
If
this.
I can learn how to stream it on my phone,
Please do.
I'm gonna try it.
Sorry, I have something on my leg. Some kind of, I think a mosquito got on me.
All
That's really nice.
right. So Silent Hill,
Yeah,
DOA,
sorry.
Dead or Alive. I didn't know they made that.
I remember
I
that.
don't know they
Bad.
made it either.
Resident Evil Extinction, Postal,
Yeah.
which I don't know what that is. Hitman.
Oh, I forgot about the Hitman movies.
Hidden the
There's
Name
two,
of the
right?
King. Yeah, there's two.
Yeah.
The first one came out in 2007, and the second one came out in 2015. So they're completely different. But it's funny because like you look at all these and you realize that they're all games that were really popular at the time, which makes sense. But I'm surprised that we never got a Metal Gear movie. Considering we got a Silent Hill movie,
We did get a Metal
Which
Gear
is-
movie.
we did.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4.
You're right.
But
You know
Kojima
it was-
like
you
wouldn't
know-
allow
you
an
knew it was
actual
gonna happen.
movie unless he knows it's good. Like I don't think.
Yeah,
that's
which is a
ever gonna
good
be
thing because it probably would have been really
Bad.
bad. But I'm saying I'm
Dude.
surprised they didn't make one anyway.
It's too busy being pachinko machines.
True.
Yeah, freaking Konami. Alright, so anyway, let me just get through this real quick. Far Cry, Max Payne, which I think was Mark Wahlberg.
There's a Far Cry movie?
Today I
There
learned.
is.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. They made a Far Cry movie back in
Alright.
2008 when I don't think it was even that popular. In
That's
2008,
before
right?
Far Cry 3, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. And
That is weird.
this one I heard was really bad. I never did see it. Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
Heard it was terrible. Never wanted to touch it.
Same. Never wanted to go
I
near
saw it. Can't
Oh, God.
confirm it's terrible.
Yeah, never touching it. Never.
Yeah. Tekken, Prince of Persia, Resident Evil Afterlife, Resident Evil Retribution, Silent Hill, Revelation, Need for Speed, which had Aaron Paul in it.
I remember
when
that.
came
Yeah.
Yeah.
out.
But Fast
Hitman
and
Agent
Furious
47. Yeah, exactly. Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil Final Chapter, Tomb Raider, Rampage, Dead Trigger, Detective Pikachu, and Sonic.
Sonic.
I don't even know what Dead Trigger is.
I
And in
don't
the
know what Dead
future,
Trigger
we
is.
can look forward to Monster Hunter. What the hell?
Oh, that's gonna be
Yeah.
a wonderful car crash.
Dude,
That movie's gonna
starring
crash and burn.
That's
starring
coming
Mila
out later this
Jovovich.
year.
Is she
Mila
in it?
Jovovich. Yeah, she's the main character. It's the same people that made Resident Evil. They're making Monster Hunter.
This movie's gonna be greatly terrible.
Oh God!
So we're watching
So-
this opening night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doing a spoiler
100%.
cast the next day.
Oh hell yeah!
Like that's just how it's gonna go. We're gonna talk about how terrible Monster Hunter was.
You mean we're gonna be streaming an opening night because movies don't exist anymore, unless they
That's
open
true.
up.
Well, I
Open
mean, I
up
don't
in
know. We don't know.
September.
Production's probably not doing anything right now, so maybe it's still released in the movie theater. Who knows?
Yeah, and apparently they're rebooting Mortal Kombat, which is coming out 2021.
I want that.
Tomb Raider, the new reboot for Tomb Raider actually is getting a sequel next year. Interesting. And then there's an Uncharted movie slated for 2021.
I don't believe that exists until it's actually out. That movie has gone through so many iterations. Like Mark Wahlberg was originally attached to it like 10 years ago, and then the
Yeah.
director left, and then Mark Wahlberg left, and then they got a new writer, and then Tom Holland was attached to the project, and he recently left, I think, or the director left again. The
Tom
new director.
Holland?
Yeah, Tom Holland. So it's supposed to be a young Nathan Drake.
Oh, okay. I was
It's not
gonna
supposed to
say he's
be
too young.
the veteran Nathan Drake. It's supposed to be like a younger version of him, which, as long as they pull it off, I'll stand by it. But like, watch that Uncharted short film. You'll lose it.
Oh, I completely didn't look at this part of the list. I guess these do count. They're just under animated. We have Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, Ratchet and Clank, Angry Birds 1 and 2. That's it.
No, Advent Children is good.
Advent
Final
Children
Fantasy
is good.
No, this
Yep.
is theatrical. I don't think Advent
That
Children
was
was
the straight to
released
DVD. I remember that.
Yeah.
At least in
But Advent
US.
Children was good.
Advent Children
actually.
was solid.
Yeah,
that was like-
shit was great.
I watched that because I was like, oh, you know what? Those Kingdom Hearts characters, cool. I was never a big Final Fantasy guy, so I was like, oh, the Kingdom Hearts guys, let's watch that.
It's just like watching a cutscene for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
it was
I
good.
loved it.
And then Minecraft is getting a movie in 2022.
I don't know how you're gonna do that.
It's just that's just a cash grab.
Yeah, got it.
But that's a live action though too. It's not even an animated. They could just go the easy route and do like an Angry Birds and just get.
Wait. Minecraft is
live action.
a live action movie?
Yeah. What the fuck? How
I don't know how
could
you
you
can
do that? Unless it's like, you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be about a normal guy played
It's just
by James Marsden,
James
and he's. Or, is that's his name, right?
From Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, James Marsden is this normal guy. Him and his son get sucked into a world
It's gonna be like Jumanji.
that looks exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be like Jumanji, but
Yeah.
they can only build things in brick form. It's gonna be great.
I feel like it's the bad version of Ready Player One.
Yeah, there's a Ryan Reynolds movie that actually is coming out. Did that already come out? The one where he's like in a video game. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
Play
Deadpool,
the
but it's not
trailer.
called Deadpool?
That movie looks
Like
movie looks
Deadpool, but it's
weird.
not called Deadpool?
That's
I
like
thought
what
that
they would
movie
do
was
for
gonna be-
Minecraft.
I thought that movie was gonna be like he
Could you repeat that?
slowly discovers he's like
figures out
sentient
that he's
in a video game and something like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no, I'm freezing again.
No, but I got all that. That made sense.
Yeah, he discovers that he's in a video game.
Yeah. which makes sense. That would be
Hey,
cool.
Ready Player One was a
I saw
good
the
movie.
trailer. Just
Ready
became
Player
a-
One was good. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it would be a bad version of Ready
That
Player One.
should be actually considered the best video game movie, even though it's not, because it's technically not based on anything. It's based on a book.
It's based on someone playing a video game.
Yeah.
It's the best Easter egg hunt ever.
Yeah.
That's what Ready Player One.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow they got Tracer in there. That's
The best case of member berries. Remember this?
They had
Remember?
everything in
I
there.
remember everything. I'm gonna watch that movie now. That's a
Master
good movie.
Chief.
Harley Quinn.
Torquebo.
They had the original 1966 Batmobile on there.
Sonic.
Sonic.
Iron Giant.
Oh, Iron Giant. That was the big one that a lot of people got into it for.
That's all I know.
They just remember Iron Giant and just Superman. The movie's overrated and boring. I don't know what you guys think about it, but Iron Giant was garbage.
You think it's garbage?
I'm kidding. I just want to see the reaction.
Okay, yeah.
I love Joe's like immediate he's like looking down and just like snaps up to attention.
I'm like, I can understand not thinking it's that good, but garbage?
No, I
How
like
fucking
Iron
dare
Giant.
you?
I do think that people remember it way too fondly because there's nostalgia attached, but it's not a bad movie at all. It's really good.
For Warner Brothers at the time, that's easily their best movie,
Yeah.
like animated. It was like comparable to like a Disney movie at the time
Yeah,
in
really,
terms
really
of
good.
quality. But yeah. Anything else we have left to say about video game movies?
I think we covered a pretty good amount.
What's a movie that you'd want to be made into a video game movie? Like a video game that you're
Uncharted.
playing now that you've played that you would be like, I want to see this in a movie format, even
it be
though it'd
show?
probably be bad.
Could be a show,
Oh, never mind. I got one.
not just a movie.
No, let's try to keep it theatrical, like in a
Okay.
movie theater, or
Okay.
you know, Persona.
Makes sense.
They could do it. They've already done a show though. I'm gonna look at my
Actually,
wall
no, I have
and see what I
two.
got.
One is a gimme pick because it's me. The other one is one that I would love to have because it's been a rumored thing for a long time. The rumored one, BioShock. Just
Ooh,
do it.
Yes,
Ooh.
please do it.
Fucking do it. You can do it now.
Yeah.
Like, give me a good BioShock movie. I feel like it's so much more possible now than it has been before. It's not even that hard of a concept to pull off.
Just do it.
creepy-ass
Just do the
underwater
game.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
It's awesome. My pick personally as me would be a good Dead Space movie. Like a live action Dead Space movie.
You stole my pick, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Dead
I gotta
Space.
think of something else. Dead
great.
Space. I would. Well, because do you ever see the movie Pandorum?
Oh, I think I remember the name, but I don't know if I do.
It's got the Quaid in it.
I haven't. You freeze?
The Dennis Quaid.
The Dennis Quaid.
The Dennis Quaid. It's that movie gave me serious Dead Space vibes, where I was like, they can make a Dead Space movie.
I'm gonna watch that movie now. Yeah, I need a Dead Space movie would be amazing. Like I think they could do such a good job. And horror is like kind of lacking right now, so we need some good horror stories. Dead Space could be that horror story. It's so creepy and so just Steven's just gone.
No,
Like,
I'm looking at my games. You know what's funny? I would have thought that they would have attempted to make a Call of Duty movie at this point,
Oh, that's actually a good point.
because they could have just done easily just any generic like military story and
Yeah.
just made a film. I mean, they could have done it, and it would have sold based on the name alone. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
God of War.
Yes.
What, a Call of Duty movie?
Yeah, Call of Duty movie.
I heard they were trying to do one,
Oh, okay.
but I mean, you could just do anything and it'd be Call of Duty.
It's
So
true. Devil May
That's
Cry.
what I'm saying. They could just do any movie and then just change the name to Call of Duty at the end. Like, it doesn't really. I don't know, man. I'm thinking, like, Dragon Age maybe could be a good movie. Diablo might be a good movie.
Diablo could be a good movie. It could.
It
Too
could
hard.
be. tried.
Diablo?
Mhm.
No. I don't know anything about it, so I don't know. Steven just appeared on my screen, and I was like, "Whoa."
He's just swapping places.
Yeah.
Like him and his sister just disappeared and then come
I'm
back
just
on.
trying to think of a game
Dead Space.
that would be a. Well, you
Halo.
took Dead Space from me. Well, I'm trying to think of like what would make a good movie.
Borderlands.
That's a good one. That would
Do
be
it
a
Mad Max
comedy.
style. That could be a lot of fun.
It would just be a Mad Max
Metroid.
parody, basically.
Yeah.
Metroid would be good.
Oh, if we're gonna get into Nintendo, then it's like, oh, definitely, I want a Zelda
wrong with
movie, a
Internet
Metroid
today.
movie, a Star Fox movie. Nintendo's very hard to adapt.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo they're just scared. After the
Give me one
Mario
second.
Brothers debacle, they're probably just like never again.
What about Left 4 Dead?
That would be good.
Left 4 Dead could be done. This is a zombie thing. Is Joey still there, or did he just die?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, he's still there. Cool.
I'm still here. I turned my video off just to see if it would improve my
No,
my
that's fine.
thing.
But anyway,
I can't think I can't think of a.
Oh, you're back.
Metroid is the only one I could. Yeah, Metroid's the only one I could pull out.
That would be nice.
That's it. Yeah.
but let's be real. I mean, movies, they don't do these games justice. Like, they're better off being on like a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Last of Us is gonna be.
Wait,
HBO.
really?
Yeah, they're
Yep.
doing an HBO TV.
Oh, hell yeah.
Last of Us.
Mhm.
That's gonna be amazing. Like
I know Witcher is not a game, but that the
show's good.
it's not based on a game. It's based on a book. But the show was great.
Show's
Yes. Show's fantastic.
Yeah.
good. Shows just make more sense for
Castlevania,
anything
like we
video
said
game
earlier.
like because it's episodic. So you can cover a
Exactly.
bunch of different storylines within like a 10 episode season.
Yeah, and that's why I like the Pikachu one, because it didn't need to be that long. You
Yeah.
know? It didn't need to be a show. It could have just been a movie. It was
Yeah, and just self-contained.
just- yeah.
Makes sense.
I
But, like-
thought.
Go ahead.
What was I gonna say? Oh no, I had it, and I'm losing it.
Dishonored.
Come back. Come back.
Oh,
Mass Effect would be a good show.
Wait, which one?
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect
Would
would
be a
be a
good show.
really good show. Give everybody Firefly vibes.
Yeah, it would be a better show for sure. Because if you try to cram all of that,
So
like let's
much
just
to
say the
do.
first Mass Effect, if you try to just make that into a movie, it's gonna make people mad.
Just start strong. Make a Mass Effect
Oh.
Andromeda movie, and then you're good to go.
Jesus.
Start strong.
Spadadoos. Just turn Andromeda into a show. Dragon Age would be like a good a Game of Thrones show.
Yeah, that's what I would think on it.
Dragon Age.
Like The Witcher, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
People like that shit. Undertale.
Never played Undertale. I need to play it.
I don't know. They could make a movie probably.
I
Although
think
it would
so.
probably be animated.
Is that a bad thing though?
What's wrong with that? Oh, he's gone again.
He'll be back.
I'm gone again. You can still hear me though.
Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles. Make that into a movie.
that would
or a
be
show.
interesting. Xenoblade would be. Oh,
It's a great story.
Gears of
I'm
War.
listening.
Gears of War would make, I think, a good movie. Because it's similar in the vein of Call of Duty, where it's like militaristic-esque with really, really crazy
Yeah.
shit.
You could do Gears of War. They were rumors they were doing that for a while.
Yeah, that thing has been in and out just forever.
Since like the third game was coming up.
Yeah.
They've made Halo animated movies, but
Yeah.
wait, no, they did do a live action one.
I think it was just a trailer.
I saw it. No, I saw
Oh no,
this,
you're talking. I think it was on Netflix.
On
Way
Netflix.
back when. Yep.
but it wasn't a theatrical release.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I think we pretty much covered that. I think hopefully The Last of Us. I know it's not a movie, but hopefully that show's good because God, they have to do that justice.
So if we're gonna
And I
wrap
can't
up,
wait
I
to
have a
play the second
question.
one. Okay.
Okay.
Joe, what are we talking about next week?
What are we talking about next week? Do you think I'm just gonna tell you now?
I'm so curious. I'm
You
so
think I'm
curious.
gonna tell you now? Oh, I'm not gonna tell you until it's too late.
Top 10 FBI warnings.
Oh. I have a couple things I want to talk about. I just have to pick one.
I'm so curious.
I'll let you know what it is going to be.
Yeah, we'll
I'll let you
settle
know
on the
way
topic
ahead.
later.
We got time. We got a whole week.
Yeah,
so-
ahead of time. Yeah, like 5 minutes before the next one starts.
Nah, I can figure something out.
You know, just whatever.
But yeah, I guess we're ready to wrap it up. So, any last thoughts?
Go support Sonic more. Rent it, please. I need the sequel.
Watch Doom with
I will.
The Rock. Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
try to
enjoy
watch
it.
everything we've talked about today.
You're all quarantined,
and
so
bad.
please, you have a lot of time.
I'm gonna watch Blood Rain.
Let it
Don't
let
do
it
it.
fuel your. Don't watch Blood Rain.
You don't need
Let
to
it
hurt yourself.
Let Doom into your home, and let it fuel you. Let it fuel you. Let it feel you, and you feel it. Just become one. Okay, just this is you and Doom
Together as one.
together.
All right, cut this. Cut this.
Don't cut it. Keep it
End
in.
this.
Keep it in.
This is gonna be the best part of it.
Keep it in.
Are we live?
We're still alive.
Cut this. All right, bye.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good week.
Are we